Quiet game. Just be quiet. We're like, what? What the hell is your problem?
Welcome to the show, my beautiful friend, my wonderful. I've painted you so many times.
Yes.
And we've had a lot of weird experiences together.
Some we won't talk about.
Some we won't talk about. We'll leave that up to you. But I'd like to introduce to the world and the internet and everyone else who's watching this show, Miss Ashaine Briscoe.
Hello.
And that rhymed. That was pretty great.
Yes, I love that introduction. I need to carry you with me. Like when I walk into class, you can give me that introduction.
Please, attention. Please. Ashaine is entering.
When I walk into the Walmart, it's the same introduction.
Why do you...
Because
introduction? You want people to know who you are at Walmart?
Extra, yeah. Yes, why not?
We will settle for theme music.
Okay.
I'm not doing introductions at Walmart.
Okay.
But Ashaine and I actually first worked together on a 24-hour film festival.
No, way before that.
Oh my God. Is that the ones we don't talk about?
We'll talk a little bit. Just keep it short.
I was in a hip-hop music video.
Can you believe it?
I can't say it with a straight face. And I was actually one of the best dancers.
Yeah, yes. Twerking her ass off, okay? Let it be known. She twerked too. Yeah, she does all this beautiful art, and she also twerks.
I put that on my resume. You know, organization, problem solving, twerking.
Exactly.
Just like to be very diverse.
Exactly.
But after that, after we were on that really weird music video together, which I was supposed to be an extra for, and then I decided to take one for the team and twerk it out.
She actually graduated from being an extra.
Graduated? That's the word we're using?
She graduated from being an extra to being one of the top models on the set, okay? She was the key model.
I was beating people off.
Yes.
I can't be bothered.
So directors, film directors, video directors, if you need a music video, you need a hot video hoe. No, I'm joking.
Someone called me an art hoe at class the other day. Well, because we were talking about how people were dressing, and she said that this girl dressed like an art hoe. And I said, what is that?
What does that mean?
I know. So I said, what is that? And they're like, oh, you know, they're trying to be artsy and it's kind of bohemian and all this stuff. They're literally describing from my closet. And I looked at them and I said,
did you just get quiet?
I did. And I said, do I dress like an art hoe? And she goes, you kind of did the first day.
Oh, wow. So no, like a video hoe is not necessarily their hoe, it's expression women who dance in videos. That's it. That's all you qualify. That's all you need to qualify to be considered a video. But it's not really necessarily their hoe or how they dress.
So, we've worked on a lot of stuff together.
Yes.
We did the music video, and then we did the 24-hour film festival.
Yes.
And that's where we actually met Asha, who was on one of our earlier episodes, who you can see. And
that's where you met Asha.
That's where I met Asha.
Yeah.
You didn't know her.
No, for you.
But that's where I met her. And I did a lot of makeup on that show.
Yeah.
For the people who don't know you and don't know much about you, what is your experience and repertoire in a nutshell?
Just to sum it up, I'm a filmmaker, so I see the overall vision of a film. I lead the film. Prior to that, I made clothes. I love the redesign of things, so I do a lot of vintage shopping. I take pieces, I reform them, I cut them, I write, I produce, I direct. So all over, I'm just oozing with art.
Oozing with art.
Yes.
So, as we know on the show, there's 3 questions that they agreed to and then a couple questions that they have no idea about. So, Miss Ashaine, your first question that you were aware of. When did you first call yourself an artist?
Straight out the womb. Yeah. No, seriously, I felt like an artist as a child, like maybe in kindergarten. Like, you know how you have coloring activities and you have reindeers. Everybody would like color the reindeers the same color. I would do turquoise and pink, and I would get punished for that. And I felt like, you don't know, there could be a turquoise reindeer somewhere. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I felt like an artist even at that age, but I didn't necessarily call it art.
You just knew that you were more creative and you thought differently.
I would take, my mom would probably dress me like in a full red dress, and I would go find like one of my yellow stockings, and I would cut it and tie it around my dress as a belt, just to break up the monotony of the red.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, what are you doing? Like, you look like a ketchup. Like, so I've always kind of been eccentric. I thought it was eccentric. I didn't realize it was an artist. When I came into my full self, I probably was maybe 16 when I started designing clothes and taking old jeans and cutting them up. And I would go to like Joann's and get mirrors, like the little circle mirrors, and hot glue it on jeans and go out like that. Yes. I would go get, the glow in the dark stars you put on your roof.
Yeah.
I would put them in clothing.
You're gonna see this coming up now.
Yeah.
So you better.
I would put them on clothing. So probably like from the age of 16 to maybe 19. At 19, I launched my own clothing line. And then I was like, okay, it's official. I'm an official artist. I went off at 20. I went off to Atlanta, New York. I traveled the world, like doing fashion, working on sets, working with BET, MTV, Honey Magazine, just going all over the place doing fashion. So that's when I really came into myself as an artist.
So we went from the beginning of your career to what would be the end, because this next question is, what would your headstone say?
Oh man, my headstone. I picked the question because I thought it was such a dope question, because people don't think about life after death, right?
Right.
So I have to think about this question. I didn't get to think about it, but like my headstone would be like the dopest bitch lays here. Like, come join her. No, I'm joking. It would just be like I lived fully. Like my headstone would express. I don't want like cement headstone. I want you to design it for me. Give me something dope. Yeah. You know what I mean? Make colors pop, sparkle it out, like bedazzle that bitch. You know what I mean?
You can have little fireworks.
You know what I
mean?
Like seriously, like every end of the month, like do like a party and like stomp on my grave.
Black,
and
light reflective, reactive. And
let people twerk on the grave and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like
get some video hoes up in here.
Yes, like I want my life to be celebrated.
Yeah.
I want to leave such a impact that you don't mourn my death. You celebrate my life. You celebrate my existence.
Good. That was probably a better answer. I was like so captivated. Let's get another one.
Yeah.
So this one I'm really interested in because I've gotten some weird ones. So I want to know yours.
What?
What is this fucking question? What is the strangest compliment you've ever received?
I saw this question. I'm like, I get strange compliments. I don't know if it's just me, but I get a lot of strange compliments all the time, like from forever. So I'm kind of used to them now. If a person just says a basic compliment, I'm like, what's wrong?
That's it?
Can't you see the weirdo in me? Like, I need your strangeness. You know, like, so I get really, really, really strange compliments. But the ones that I like the most is when random people that I've never met walk up to me and be like, I can see your energy and it's really good. It's strange, but I appreciate it because they see beyond the outer.
Right.
But I've gotten really strange ass people.
Yeah.
And I love them all. I'm one of them. Right?
That's true.
So.
So these two questions come from internet users, and if you would like to submit your own questions, you can comment them below or send them in, DM me on Instagram, anywhere like that. They'll end up on the show. The first one comes from someone who has sent in quite a few questions, and we appreciate them all. So Mr. Archie Spires from Facebook wants to know, what skills have you had to develop as your art became more complex?
One of the skills I have to continue to develop is balance. With art, you can get so consumed and so obsessive with your art. You can get lost in it. So I'm an extrovert, right? But when I get into my art mode, I don't really want to talk and connect. So I can get so lost and I can withdraw. Like I have to learn balance, because I'll just lock myself in a room and just create and continue to create and forget that there's another world out there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have children. You need to feed them. You need to go out.
They feed themselves. No, I'm playing. But balance.
Well, the next question comes from an Instagram user whose username is CodyIDK. So, how do you decompress when art isn't enough of a release?
Oh my God,
you can't say that on my YouTube show.
I don't want to answer. No, don't make me. No.
You have. They're waiting. Explain it like in.
I don't know. Like
We are adults.
Okay, so art is enough.
You can't even lie.
No, okay, so I go to art for
time. That's the answer.
I go to art for a lot, right? I go to art for a lot. I go to connections. Like if I need to decompress, I'll call Sarah and I'm like, but it's still art. I call her and I'm like, can you paint me? You know what I mean?
Then it's not you making the art. Then you just get to sit there and be the art.
Yes.
You have someone else do art to you.
Yes. So it's still art though.
Yeah.
So I go to art a lot for a lot of things. I go to art to keep my mental health, stable. I go to decompress. Now, if art isn't enough, then I go to another art.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on our art show.
Okay.
So, if people want to follow you, we're going to jump into our Collabetition Round, where we're collaborating and competing to make something beautiful and strange that you can buy later. Okay. So, before we get to that, if you're working on anything, do you want to plug it, or how can people get a hold of you and follow you?
Join me on social media. It's Ashaine Briscoe on all platforms. So Ashaine Briscoe, Briscoe on what?
You know that you're on the phone a lot. It pops up right here.
Oh, it does. My bad. Look down here. Look at all I just said. Look right here.
B as in boy, R-I, S as in Sam.
I went dinosaur with that shit. Look right here, okay, and follow me on all the platforms. Same name, all platforms, okay? And I love for you to join me and watch me on my journey.
So we're going to be right back. We're going to grab some supplies, and then we're going to explain what we're making today. Do you play much Dungeons & Dragons?
Mm-mm.
So for those of you who do play Dungeons & Dragons, I have a brand new set of die which are absolutely gorgeous, so I wanted to incorporate them in one of the crafts.
Okay.
This is our D20, so it's a 20-sided die. Then we have our D12, and then we have our D6, which is the normal one that most people have played with, right?
Yes.
So each of these stands for different things that we're going to be creating, because you are a star, and I like to think I'm a star. So we're going to be decorating these, but it's, you know, kind of boring by itself. So each one of these has a different challenge associated with it.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one, the easiest one, is that you're going to decorate your star inspired by a holiday, and you'll roll the die to figure out what holiday inspires your star.
Okay.
The second one is a different kind of challenge where you can do any design that you want to on your star, but you only get one color. And so you can attach things to it, you can use any other little accessories to it, but you only get one color scheme to decorate your star with.
Okay.
The third one, the most challenging one, the D20, is what we call the advanced options. So you don't know what type of challenge is going to be associated with it. You can do any design that you want to, but you have to do the challenge that the die requires. So the way that this is Collabetition is that you are going to start by assigning me the die, and then I will assign you one of the two remaining.
Okay, so you can take that.
Give that to me. How
Yeah.
nice. How nice
Yeah,
of you.
go and take that 20.
You're so kind, Ashaine.
Yes, I'm generous.
You're so generous. You know what? I'm going to give you the color one then. So, I'm going to let you roll first since you gave me mine first.
I'm just going to roll on the plate, right? Let's go.
So here you rolled your D12 and you got what number?
11. Brown. Why would I get brown? Like, why would I get brown though? Like, no, seriously, that's like the worst color for me. Can I roll it again?
No. Alright. There we go.
11.
Alright, what was that?
2 11s?
Okay.
You sure this is not rigged?
It's not rigged, but we have really good luck and we're twinsies. So my 11 means that I must roll both of the other die for my challenge. I have to do a holiday in one color. Does that sound bad enough for you? Yeah,
better,
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the pain. So I have 4, so I have to do Halloween, and then I rolled this one for the color. 10 in gray. So we're gonna have some shitty stars.
That's terrible. Can we?
Okay, so here's your brown star, and we're gonna have 5 minutes on the clock, and we're gonna bring up our markers and accessories. I don't think there's any brown here, so we can get rid of these. Hey, there's some brown things in here. Look at you have a treasure chest.
Thank you.
There's 2 of them. You're all gold and treasure.
Okay.
Okay.
These are the 2 things I get to work with?
No.
Really?
There's all these
Oh,
browns.
okay, it's markers. Okay.
Some gold. We have our assigned colors and themes. So
Brown.
Ashaine has her brown star that she can do anything with, and I am making a Halloween silver gray star. So we're gonna see what this turns out to be. I'm gonna put 5 minutes on our happy little pineapple timer, and we'll see what it looks like at the end.
Yeah.
That's been 5 minutes. How's your star, Ashaine?
Not too good.
Not too bad is more like it.
Negative.
So these are our lovely creations that you can purchase, and actually I think that you can...
Wait! Wait, I thought they could purchase if we finish, not this.
You can buy this. You can be...
Don't do it! Don't do it!
Actually,
I'm joking.
This is the perfect time to click on this link right here and vote for your favorite star. Because
support if you want to support.
We have 24 hours for you to vote on your favorite piece, mine or Ashaine's, and you can click up here and vote on it, and then after 24 hours, once the voting concludes, you can buy these lovely pieces. It'll go in any home.
Yes.
Really, it's very versatile.
Yeah.
Blends right in.
I'm gonna sign it for you. I'm gonna sign it.
These are our lovely pieces that we created in the Collabetition Round, and we appreciate you for watching and watching us struggle through this 5 minutes of trying to make something beautiful. And once again, thank you, beautiful, for being here with me today. It's always a pleasure to see you and catching up and getting your energy and vibe and everything from thriving with you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I'm always open. I love art, of course. And of course, you're always fun. So thank you for having me.
All right. And thank you for being here and watching and checking it out. Make sure you click the like button below and subscribe. Tell your friends. Everybody subscribes. Once I get 100, I change the URL. So we're almost there. I'd love all of the support. And if you have any questions for future shows, comment them below. Alright guys, thanks for watching another episode of Faces of Kaluohs. As you can tell, I have many things that you can purchase on my store, and you can actually purchase the art that was made here today after you vote. Check out some of these other videos, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Thanks! Good? Done? Fab. Do you want to take pictures of my dicks now?